especially if they look nothing like a Filipino, but if they speak Filipino or Tagalog,
Ah,
they have a lot of following.
I've been such a hater. I've never told anybody about it. I just kept it to myself. But if there's gonna be people who kept on posting like 20 stories in a day,
They're just gonna sit in the corner, like put their head down and not gonna say anything. That's why they're just gonna say, I'll let them be.
but in my head, you've given out everything already. You didn't leave anything to my imagination, and then that just turns the switch off. So, what are we gonna name this shit? Welcome to another week with your boys, twice the D boys. You got Edmund here.
Got me 2x. And can you hear that? Can you hear that? It's so quiet right now because it's just the two of
Half
us.
the crew is out.
Yeah.
Yeah, busy with
Life, I
life,
guess.
pretty much. Yeah,
But don't
and
worry, we're still here.
yeah, we're still on
We're gonna be with you for the next
our
few days. No, I mean like, cause they're gonna be hearing our voice,
yeah.
like when they're doing their laundry, their chores,
Your
right?
chores, passive listening. That's how I mostly consume my content. Anyways,
Yeah, same here.
yeah. Anyways, so heard you guys got sick,
Food poisoning, man. Ah,
and it's from your favorite restaurant too.
yeah,
Eh?
it's one of our few Korean restaurants that we have here.
It's just
Our
annoying.
go-to.
Yeah, it's just annoying that it's your go-to that does that to you. So
And we were so
heartbreaking.
excited too when we saw the LA Calbi. You
Yeah.
know, because we were talking about it, like why is it called LA Calbi? Did it
Yeah, I don't
stem
even
from
know.
LA? And then I looked it up.
No, it did
So
it.
LA, it doesn't stand for Los Angeles or anything.
Okay.
LA means lateral. So it's a lateral cut so that you can see both sides, right? It's a thin cut. Like that's
Oh,
what
okay. Cause
LA means,
I think
lateral.
it's only who uses LA Calbi.
No, if you go to other restaurants, it'll say LA too. So la. So I don't know if you say
Oh,
LA
okay.
or la. Maybe la Calbi. I'm not sure. But it's not just
Mm.
that you that you can see that LA Calbi.
Cause with kimchi,
Okay.
the fast food one, it's just galbi.
It's just Calbi, right?
Yep.
But yeah,
Anyways.
so I was debating, is it the Calbi or is it the sushi? And then I ate most of the food.
Okay.
So I think that's why I got it really bad. It's bad too because she's on antibiotics, and
Okay.
like she really doesn't have a good stomach compared to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was even telling, I think I jinxed myself too, because I was telling her, because she was telling me to stop eating. I
Mm-hmm.
told her that no, I have a solid tummy, I can take it because I ate so much. Imagine they gave us a big portion of the kalbi,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm thinking now. Like maybe the meat is going, yeah, it's gonna get spoiled. That's
It was
why
bad meat.
they gave it us. They gave it, doesn't taste bad,
Yeah.
but like kalbi, you're gonna they either grill it or they fry it while adding the marinade, the sauce. That's why you're
Mm.
not gonna taste the spoiled meat or
Yeah.
anything.
It's gonna get covered
Yeah, it's
by
gonna
the
mask it,
flavor. Yeah.
and because we're gonna dip it too somewhere,
Yeah.
and then you got the tonkatsu sauce too.
Mm.
So, but it was a good meal supposedly
Up until
up until the next day.
up
Because
until
I remembered, I think 4 a.m. I thought it was only me because I ate so much.
yeah.
Do you know that feeling that you
You
just
thought
went
you
to
were
a
just
buffet?
you thought you was just bloated.
Yeah, I thought it's just me that
Yeah.
I'm bloated.
Yeah.
But apparently, when my wife woke up the next day, she's been awake too since early morning, complaining of the same thing. And then all hell break loose. Like I'm just puking and pooping nonstop.
Both sides, both holes.
And it was really bad too because it's a weekend.
Yeah. That's a
I'm
wasted
It's a
weekend.
wasted weekend, and then
Yeah.
I don't have my guy helping me with the dogs. I
Mhm.
message him if he can come in, but for some reason I left my phone somewhere, and then it's just a weird day. You know that you're just functioning automatically, and
Yeah.
you just don't know how it happened, but just in and out of bed. But
That
I
sucks.
can still feel it. Like we're still bloated today. I can still feel my tummy right now, like gurgling, but close to 100%, boy.
Oh, I think we named the restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Should we just
Yeah,
drop
did
the?
we?
Did we? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Anyways,
well, we can just blur it
yeah.
out or
Well,
something.
shit happens. I doubt they, cause you've been eating there for
Yeah.
like a bunch of
Like
times
maybe
already.
once a week.
Yeah,
So this is just a fluke, I think.
yeah. Maybe just a bad batch of meat, bad batch of beef.
I was even thinking because I had this this fruity tea before I went to bed, and then
Ooh,
it's my first
fruity.
time using it.
Okay.
So I was thinking, is this the one that
Was it like a
did it?
pack?
Yeah,
Don't you
it's
think
sealed or
it's
it's sealed.
no? But I mean, could it be like tea for like cleansing?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Okay. 'Cause that might be it. I
Or maybe I'll
remember.
look into the label.
Yeah.
No,
You
but it's
might
from
not
Winners,
know.
so it's from Winners.
Still, it might be like a slimming tea or something.
But that's too much. I lost 7 pounds though.
See? Because I remember the first time I tried kombucha and then we
Did
went
you?
walking.
Oh
I had to go back like halfway
no, but that's too much. Cause
doing the statue
it made us
dance.
sick. Like
Mm,
headache, body
ah.
malaise, like everything. You
What's
just
what's the
feel
term you used? Body
like
malice?
yeah, body malaise. It's like you're feeling weak.
Ah, okay. Okay.
You're
Now that's
feeling weak. You just can. You're jittery. You just can't
okay.
function well.
That's the first time I've heard
Yeah,
the term.
it's a medical term.
Ah,
Malaise. So
okay. Like malice,
yeah,
Malice.
malice. Yeah,
Okay.
Malice.
SE or
Se
CE?
se se
Okay.
Malice.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. I thought
malice.
like your body had malicious intent
No, not
on
body
yourself.
malice.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I was thinking.
But anyways, I'm back. I
Yeah.
thought we're not gonna be. I was contemplating when you asked me if we're gonna do the shoot. Like,
Same.
should I?
And then this kind of weather too.
Oh, like yeah,
That's
the
what I
weather
was
is okay. Like
thinking.
this is the best time to stay indoors and do a shoot.
Yeah. But then if we get to shoot this, then if I'm able to like do the edit, might be a 2 episode week. I don't know. Maybe. And then we can move the upload upload day. If ever,
Yeah.
right? We can move it on a Friday or a Thursday or whatever. So we'll see.
True. Yeah, we'll see.
But for now, we're uploading Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. So far, we're doing good.
Yeah.
Cause yeah,
Yeah. We try to stay consistent. We keep at it with the grind. We
episode 15, guys. Thanks
Oh
for
yeah.
tuning in.
I'm still thinking about the 14 because I just finished like editing it last night. And then I had to like wait for the export to finish. It finished at 2 a.m.
So that's why you told me. I think you told me around. You messaged me around 5 a.m. or 6
That's
a.m.
when I woke up
Okay.
because that's when I knew that the upload to Google Drive's done. Anyways, yeah, it's half the crew is gone
That's why it's so quiet. It's
because of
you're
life.
stuck with my voice
Yep.
and Edmund's voice.
Yep.
No side comments. No other. There's no echoes in the background. Just
Yeah.
us.
Nobody else laughing though. It's just me and 2X. It's just like the old days. We hung out just me and you though, right? Before?
Yeah. Just
That's where
us.
cuz my wife's been asking me like who's my best friend? Who's my best friend, right? I say all of them. Like
Yeah.
our group. So,
But there's always gonna be. That's a really hard question. But I find that it's not true that you're all best friends with anyone. There's always one person that's gonna be up and above than everyone else.
I get that. That's the rule.
Yeah.
I get that. I don't know. It might just be an exception with me.
Cause me, it's hard for me to say who's my best friend with everyone.
Yeah.
Cause to be honest, I don't have a best friend. I don't think so. I think my best friend's my wife, 100%.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's your person.
Yeah.
Not just
That's
your
my
best friend.
that's
That's
my
your person.
my confidant,
Yep.
my go-to. But before, like when we were growing up when we were getting like in our high school years and
Yeah.
college years, can't remember who my best friend was. Don't really follow much about what's going on in the Philippines, like friends that I have in
Yeah.
Philippines. So sorry guys. Like I know I've been out of touch, but
That's because you use the term friends loosely. That's why.
even with our closest friends,
Mm-hmm.
even like with Tani, like when's the last time I talked to him? With
Okay.
Alvin, we're really close. When's
Uh,
the last time I talked to? The last time I talked to him is when they reached out to me, when they called
okay.
me
Well, you're
Christmas.
busy anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just my personality.
And we communicate in memes. That's how we
Yeah.
talk. We got this group chat, One Way Ticket to Hell,
No, but me.
where we just send like messed up memes.
No, but here
Yeah.
I. mm, Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do message the people here. Like I do the initiative.
Okay.
But because maybe I need to ask them something or we're gonna do something.
Okay. Cause
Because if
me,
I go talk to them, if I go talk to my friends from Philippines or
yeah.
other places, it's just gonna be catching up, right? Catching up
Mm-hmm.
or talking about the past or just joking around. I think it's more of catching up, but it's really rare. I don't know, maybe
Okay.
because of the time difference, I'm too impatient to message them and then wait for their reply maybe the next day or after a few hours.
What we do is like if ever there's no, we're not at the same, we're not awake at the same time. We just keep on continuing the conversation.
Oh,
Just keep at it.
yeah.
That's
It's
what
like
we
a
do.
ping pong.
Yeah.
And then
You
wait
just reply whenever and then just respond whenever.
whenever.
Yeah. That's how we do. And I
I guess I
remember
suck at that. I
like
like the
continuing.
momentum.
Yeah. That's
Mm.
the hardest thing when we went back last 2022. Cause before when it was just me and my wife was still in the Philippines, I know I'll be coming back because of course I'm gonna be visiting my wife,
Yeah.
right? When we got married, when she got here, everybody's so the next time we went was for our church wedding. So everybody was there. Everybody was asking, when's the next time you'll be here? I don't know. That's my answer. I don't
Yeah.
know. It just sucks. Well,
Because there's no big reason to actually go back home. And plus, you're going to be starting your own family
yep,
here.
yep.
And then going home costs a
And
lot of money
it's
and
not
time.
home anymore. It's
Oh, yeah,
not home
because
anymore.
none of your families are there
Yeah.
anymore.
And this is
Yeah,
home
this is
now.
home.
It's not home anymore. So,
It's different when your wife was back home.
yeah. Cuz I had a reason to like go back there for a bit. Of course, there's still going to be reason to go back there to like visit my in-laws, stuff like that. But we just after the wedding, we still got bills to pay.
Mm.
We still got our kid growing up.
Like family
We
to
we want to bring
plan.
him there.
Yeah.
So speaking of bringing my kid there,
Oh, sounds
um,
like you're planning to go next year. Are
well, I
you?
always plan to go
Next year.
like every year, but it's just a plan.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, speaking about my kid. So when I moved here, I really tried to like assimilate. Not really like erase
Your roots.
my roots or whatever, but for me, I felt like it's gonna be better for my career, for my new life here, if I'm gonna be the one to adjust,
Yeah. And it's
right?
forced, right? You don't have any like do you really have a choice?
Well, you
Right? Compared to if you're in the Philippines, like, you
what do you
don't
mean forced?
like you're forced to assimilate here.
That's
Just
the
to
thing. Usually, for migrating people, you are kind of forced, but that's what I noticed here. I guess we moved here different times. There wasn't that like the Filipino community is just starting to like grow
yeah,
when you got
yeah,
here.
that's right.
When I got here, it's pretty big already. Like
You get
every
to choose and pick wherever you're
yeah,
gonna be going,
like
and it all
every
work, right? All
at work, there's a
yeah.
bunch of Filipinos.
I think too much.
It didn't feel like I'm. It's gonna. Of course, I know I'm in Canada, but it there's a bunch of times that it didn't feel like it. Unlike you, I guess when you move there, there's not that big of a
Yeah,
community yet,
there's only like three of us. Yeah, three
right?
Filipinos.
So
Me, my dad, and then the other guy.
so um, I really like tried to assimilate because I felt like it's gonna be better for my life, for because I'm the one adjusting, right? So now with my kid growing up, I'm like weighing, do I want him to become like really westernized but forget his roots? That's one dilemma that I'm thinking when he's growing up. I got to play in a pickup game before for basketball. There was this one player brought his kid along,
Like young kids,
like 6 years old maybe, or maybe 9 even. His dad was trying to tell him something in Tagalog. He doesn't understand it. And then I was kind of playing with the kid
yeah.
while I was sitting out one game. His dad was telling me, I can't scold the kid. I can't like it's kind of hard for me to discipline the kid because he doesn't understand Tagalog.
I thought because he doesn't want the kid calling the cops on him. Because
No,
they're being taught in school, right?
yeah.
You
No,
shouldn't
but just
be hitting
discipline,
your kid.
like just telling him off. Like being stern. Not we're not getting close to like what we
Yeah.
experienced yet. Not that type of discipline yet. Just telling the kid, because you know when you're at the height of your emotions, you kind of lose track of your English pretty much.
Yeah.
It's hard for us, for non-native speakers. It's hard to get emotional in English. It's pretty hard.
Like that's the main problems for Filipinos or immigrants that came here.
Yeah.
When they start to have a problem with their coworkers, they can't actually express
Yes,
themselves.
that too. They
And
go
it
back to their
sucks, right?
default.
Yeah. They're just gonna sit in the corner, like put their head down and not gonna say anything. That's why they're just gonna say, I'll let them be. Like meanwhile, they're on the right and they're
Yeah.
getting bullied.
Yep. So yeah, that's like one of my dilemmas. We've been thinking of just speaking purely Tagalog in the house because I heard that helps.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like it might be hard for my kid to learn at school because if he only knows Tagalog, how's he gonna adapt at school? How is he gonna learn?
Okay.
Like it's one thing that we've been weighing.
Because you know what, I have a lot of friends that have kids already that
Yeah.
they're 7, 6 years old,
Yeah.
and what they always tell me is they have the same dilemma as you are,
Yeah.
and what they say is they do the same thing. They speak purely Tagalog or whatever dialect they speak at
Yeah.
home, and then because with all the stuff that the kids are consuming nowadays,
For sure they're gonna learn
YouTube,
English.
Facebook,
Yeah.
or whatever, like TV shows, it's gonna be in English,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be picking up on that. There's still gonna be a better English speaker, and when they go and meet their friends outside,
Yeah.
their playmates, they're
Yeah.
gonna be speaking in English too.
But
So I don't
then
think there's gonna be a problem even if you stick to speaking English at home. Your
okay.
kid gets to have his playmates. I'm pretty sure the first few playmates that he's gonna be having are Filipinos too,
Yeah, it's
right?
not
Because you're gonna have like Filipino compares, your
yeah.
Filipino friends, and they have the. Like, for example, me, if I
Yeah.
have, if like when the time comes that I'm gonna have a kid, girl or boy, like our kids are gonna play together,
Yeah.
and I'm for sure gonna be making sure that he or she's gonna be learning the Tagalog
Yeah, I
language.
guess what I'm thinking isn't really applicable yet, right? Like say I just don't want them to be like their friend group will be filtered by people who just speak whatever language they've learned. I guess it's not that time yet. I guess it's by adolescence, maybe?
I think
By
even before
puberty?
teens,
Yeah,
because like look at my nephews, like my oldest nephew,
yeah,
he speaks fluent English, but now it's really hard to talk to him in Tagalog. No,
yeah.
I mean sorry, he speaks fluent Tagalog, but you
He was
rarely
born
even
in the
yeah,
Philippines,
he's
right?
born in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Even the middle one, he's born in the Philippines.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay. I thought it was just your eldest
Wait,
nephew.
I
You're
I'm
mixing
not
it
sure
up.
now. But no, for sure, the
Yeah.
oldest one, he's born in the Philippines. He speaks fluent Tagalog. Because
Yeah,
I
the
remember when he visited Philippines, like he talks to his friends there, his playmates in Tagalog.
mm-hmm.
And until now, if I force him to talk in Tagalog, he can, like, you can't even find a hint of accent
Yeah.
if I force him. Sometimes
My
I scold him.
my nephew, when we tell him to speak in Tagalog, ay depo, opo. He understands though.
Negative.
He understands. But it's hard for him. But then my brother told me he sometimes spaces out too when my dad talks to him in Tagalog because he doesn't understand it anymore.
And the other one that I find is I have some friends too that the mom and the dad
Yeah.
they speak two different
Dialects?
dialects,
Ah.
and I'm not sure why,
Yeah.
but I find that the the kid, it takes him or her a longer time to speak because now
Mm.
this kid is confused with two dialects,
Yes.
hearing a lot of English
Yes.
in the TV or
Yeah.
YouTube, and then I don't know if it's just a coincidence that it's a delay, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more of confusion.
Oh, for sure.
So like imagine that, like three languages all at the same
Yes.
time.
It's like a programming language that's not compatible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good thing, because eventually the kid is able to talk,
Yeah.
but there's just a gap. Like you see, they're all at the same age, but you see this one not really talking much.
Yeah. Uh, and then one more dilemma that this is actually just me. Like say he learns Tagalog. Besides like just connecting to his roots, what's the benefit to him for it?
Yeah.
Cause who else speaks Tagalog? Just the community,
This
right?
community here.
I mean, it's nice to be to reconnect with your roots, but is it gonna give him better career prospects? I'm not sure. Maybe for better networks,
Yeah, I think for better networking,
but I mean professionally you're gonna be speaking
English.
in English anyways.
Have
It's,
you heard of the term like diaspora dilemma?
I've heard
Because this
of
is it.
diaspora, so
Because
yeah, can
because
you?
diaspora, it's a it's a term that it means it's not really to immigrate, but
Mm-hmm.
to go to a different place.
Okay.
It's not a negative term, but they mostly use the diaspora, for example, like um, for war-torn countries. If there's a civil war,
Okay.
that's when you use the diaspora term. Is when, let's say, for
It's
example, like in Ukraine now, you
okay.
can use the Ukraine diaspora
Cause
because
they're
they have to
they're
move to a
scattered.
they have to move, they have to scatter around to a different countries,
Mm, okay.
not by choice, but they have to because of the war. But now,
Okay.
if you're looking at our status in the Philippines, it's not like it's our choice to move out of the Philippines, right? We need to do it because we want to have a better life. So I think that's going to be
Mm-hmm.
applicable to our way of immigrating too. Uh, it's just another term for immigration, but not really an immigration term.
Okay.
Like for the Jewish, right? Like the
When
Jews
they
when
had
like in the
to
biblical times they have, because they're not really is it the Syrian?
no they're nomads pretty much from the
Yeah.
time of Moses.
because
They've
they
been
have to scatter around.
yeah, they had to like
It's a
move out
Greek
of
term. I can
Egypt.
remember. It's a Greek term, and
Diaspora.
I think it's to scatter. I think you're right.
Okay.
I think that's the meaning of diaspora, to scatter
Cause
in Greek.
I've only heard of the term when they were talking about the African Americans.
The
That's
African
what
Americans, yeah,
because
that's
there's a lot of
diaspora dilemma.
African Americans that don't know their roots because like their ancestors from way back were just brought to the United States and
For
then
forcefully, right?
forcefully, and then like their descendants were born in the States.
And their cultures and traditions, it get lost in the
Yes.
process because they're assimilating, especially the younger
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
They assimilate to the American, the Western culture,
Yeah.
especially now.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been here longer. You've do you know of um Filipinos like who were born here that don't know Tagalog but they've always been meaning to
To
learn?
learn, yeah, like my okay, I know a few. I know actually I know a lot
Yeah.
that they're born here. It's not. It's either they're born here or they grew up here. Like they move around 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years
Mhm.
old. But it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty
You're kind
much.
of like born here already.
Yeah.
And then, okay, for example, like this guy here, he learned how to speak in Tagalog because he went back home because he
And stayed
wanna
there?
only for I think the max he stayed was 2 months. But he after that he keep on coming back. I think he
Okay.
every year he went back because he just wanna connect.
Ooh, balling. That guy's
Yeah.
balling.
And then the other one, he works in immigration.
Okay.
So it's needed with his profession. So he learned a little bit later
Mhm.
because they have
Okay. Okay.
an immigration company, so he has to learn.
Okay.
And then the other one, it's mostly for I think for profession. It especially now that there's so many Filipinos here,
It's like they had to
they have to,
for
yeah,
their career and
yeah,
not like as a recreation.
yeah,
Not
just to
recreational.
connect, right? It's
Yeah.
easier to like a prospect client if you can speak in the mother tongue,
Mm,
and so that just you just have the it's just gonna make the other person more comfortable
okay.
instead of going to another person.
Okay. Cuz I don't know if you watched the video, the clip that
Yeah,
sent
I did.
you earlier. You
Yeah,
did?
I have so many.
Yeah, it feels valid.
I
It
don't think it's
feels
valid though.
he's got a point.
He has a point,
He's
but
got a point. But I'd say the reality of it, I'd say not really.
do you think he's talking about um families or parents that are still in the Philippines or here now in the Western world? Because I'm thinking about like I'm confused. Is he talking about
Probably the ones who immigrated already.
okay? Because I find that if he's talking on behalf of parents that immigrated to a new country, I think that's not a with how I'm seeing social media
Yeah.
and everything now. I think it doesn't reflect to what's happening in the world. If he's talking about parents in the Philippines,
Okay.
because the concept of what he's saying is the the parents might not admit it,
Mhm.
but he want like the parents want their kids to speak in English, assimilate in the Western culture,
Yeah.
in the Western way of like everything, traditions, right? But
Mhm.
if you talk about here, if you're here in the Western culture already, you're gonna get there eventually. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then what's happening in social media? Like what's garnering likes and shares are the kids, especially if they look nothing like a Filipino, but if they speak Filipino or Tagalog,
Ah,
they have a lot of following and
Pinoy
they
Pinoy baiting.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're Pinoy
Yeah.
baiting. But let's say if they have like a Caucasian husband and they have a Filipino
Mom.
mom,
Yeah.
they're gonna be I don't want to say forcing, but they're gonna teach this kid how to speak, and then exploiting the
Yes.
kid to social media. I don't know if that's a good thing or
Yeah,
not.
some
Would you do
people
that? Would you?
no. Some people take it as exploitation.
Yeah. But
Like
it's
not
cute. I like it. It's very
it's
cute.
cute, but
But it's exploitation. It's I don't know.
if you like do it for monetization, that's where you cross the line in for me. If you're just posting here and there. Like
For education, maybe it's a different thing.
yes,
But
because at least you might be showing your kid on the camera, but
if you're making money out of it,
you're
and that's your
sharing
only
your
content.
experience, not your kid. You just have to show your kid just to like say make your claims valid because
Yeah.
at least the people know you have a kid
Hmm.
and they know that what you try to they know the advice that you try to push out works because you have a healthy kid. That I get. But if you're pushing your kid
If your only
front
content
and
is just
center, that's where it crosses the line for me.
yeah, the only thing I can relate to that is my dogs, because I post a lot of my dogs, right?
Yeah.
And then I post those stuff because it's funny, it's cute,
Yeah.
and I just want to share it to the world.
Yeah.
But these are dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know if it gets to the point that I'm gonna be posting stuff about my kids. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it.
You know what? You know what though? I'm like every time I'm trying to take a picture of my kid or try to like take a video of my kid. There's this hesitation to like post it to share it to everybody. I just send it like privately
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
because
In our messenger group,
yeah,
right?
because I've been such a hater. I've never told anybody about it. I just kept it to myself. But if there's gonna be people who kept on posting like 20 stories in a day and then 15 of them is just their baby. Like your baby's cute. I get it. I get it.
Overload.
Yeah. That's why I try to like hold myself back from
Yeah,
posting
I find it
because I
doesn't
don't want to
matter how
get
beautiful a thing is or a person is.
if it's in your
You're
face.
just saturating the.
Yeah.
If you're eating the same food every day,
Yes.
you're gonna get sick of it. It's like the
Yeah.
same thing for me. If I'm gonna be seeing your kid every day, I'm just gonna, okay, I'm not even gonna bother look at your
Yeah.
stories. But if I see your this, I don't know, like dog, baby, your face or whatever, your boobs, I'm gonna be checking your profile every day, making sure I want to see what's going on in your life.
You know what though? Like let's stray away from it. Let's make it fun a bit. Like when you talked about boobs. You know how hard it is to like peep before? And now it's just so easy
I
now.
know, yeah.
Like
There's
if there's gonna be people who post mostly lewd content, I don't find them sexy anymore. They are,
yeah.
like objectively, they are, but in my head, you've given out everything already. You didn't leave anything to my imagination, and then that just turns the switch off for me.
I think for me it's the fact that we moved here in Canada, in the Western
Yeah,
civilization. Yes, yeah, Western world.
where it's like
Because
so.
before, when you see like even a nipple that's even if
When
you
it's
like if
cold.
they didn't like wear a bra,
Yeah,
you get excited like you're gonna talk. Even if
you
right?
got desensitized.
Yeah, and now
Yeah,
like fucking everywhere
it's
you
pretty
see
normal. Yeah, I get
in the
excited when
gym, like those camel toe. Sometimes I don't
yeah,
know if they do that on purpose. You don't really care anymore when they doing that machine.
the good girl, bad
The
girl.
inversion is it the inversion
That's what I call it. Good girl, bad girl.
good girl bad girl.
Yeah, because you're a good girl, you're a bad girl. You're a good
Okay,
girl, you're a bad girl.
yeah.
That's what I.
Oh, adduction and abduction.
Ah,
Yeah.
I get excited when I see it with guys. I just tell them, "Is it cold?"
I do that once in a while, man. Feels good.
Like,
Like
what do you mean?
the adduction abduction.
Ah, I used to
I
do
know
that.
it's weird, but
No, I used to when I used to go to the gym.
did you do it a lot?
I used to work more on my legs.
Oh, why? Do you have any problem?
No,
Oh,
I just felt like I get to jump higher. if I did.
Yeah.
But I was like 26 already.
Remember when we were young?
Pretty
I
late.
think elementary or maybe first year high school. I don't know if you
Yeah.
know it, but I wear a lot of weights.
Yeah, that's
Like I have
been.
weights in my all the
Yeah,
time.
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah, you
that.
know that, right?
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
have this fixation of jumping really high.
Well,
I don't know if it worked, but I remember once we're gonna be playing a game, I'm gonna start removing this. I'm like buoy.
yeah, everybody who aspired to do that, to play basketball in their teens in the Philippines, did that. Remember Rockley? Yeah, like
Yeah,
you're talking about Bowie,
buoy.
right?
Yeah,
But like for the younger people, they associated it with
Rock
Rockley.
Lee
That's what I did that too, but not to the extent of how
every
you did.
day.
Yeah,
I don't know if it really worked. It worked after I put it on the whole day and then remove it and then play ball.
placebo.
Yeah, placebo, but
Yeah.
I don't really know if. I think if I stick to the fundamentals, maybe I would have become a better basketball
Yeah.
player. Like dribbles and just I don't know.
Footwork.
Yeah, footwork. I think that's better.
I did that with I tried to jog on a pool that's knee deep.
Oh, like Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cuz there's like resistance to your jogging which strengthens your legs.
It's better for your knees too.
And I only did it like once. But then that we did it in when we had a holiday somewhere in Tagaytay.
Tagas? Oh, okay.
Went back home, played the game in basketball. I did a chase down block. So I felt
Oh, so
like
you
that was the that was the
associated to that one.
placebo.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, anyways.
That feels good, eh? Like, oh, fuck, something worked.
Yeah. That's one thing too. How am I going to get my kid interested in basketball when I'm not already?
Do you really want him to play the game?
Yes and no. I want him to I want him to get into whatever he wants to get into.
Yeah.
But I like deep in my heart I hope he gets into basketball, but not really. I don't know. I'm conflicted.
I think right now, cause I've been going to the gym, right? And
Yeah.
then we play ball in wellness.
Yeah.
Especially here in Manitoba, there's so many Filipinos,
Yeah.
and Filipinos loves to play basketball.
Basketball
And
crazy.
if you're gonna be, if you wanna be popular
Yeah.
with the Filipino community, I think that's the way to go.
Yes.
If you
Yep.
become a good basketball player,
Because the basketball community here is pretty tight knit too.
yeah.
Like the Filipino basketball community, it's like they know each other.
Yeah. Do you
But
want? Yeah. Do you feel like you wanna get into that circle?
not really. I That's the thing. Like every time I might seem like I don't care about a bunch of Filipino stuff, but I just don't care about a lot of stuff. And the stuff that I care about is pretty dorky in the eyes of a Filipino.
Right now, here,
Like anywhere.
anywhere. Okay. When I'm when I'm actually like watching our episodes,
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself. And I'm telling myself that I think I used to be into pop culture. I think I used to be funny, but now I don't think I'm funny anymore.
No, you're just focused. Your energy and your brain power is just focused on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, because before I know I'm
And
witty.
yes,
I pick up things so fast.
you can do what I'm doing too,
Yeah.
but you know it's not gonna be healthy for you.
I think it's about what I'm consuming right now.
Yes, because that's what you know that's gonna be good for what you want right now.
Yeah.
That's what it pretty much is. I guess that's what I wish for my kid. Just know what he wants. Cause I feel like I'm learning anything even, not just learning our mother language. It starts with you wanting it.
Yeah. Because it's hard to force it on other people.
Yeah, like you'll get a bunch of kids saying I want to learn Tagalog but not really do it.
Yeah.
Like I have a cousin really took classes in high school for
Are you
Tagalog.
sure because he wanted to, or because it's an easy did they
Easy
call it
credit?
credit? Yeah. It's an easy credit
I guess you can
because
look at
now
it.
they do have it.
I guess you can look at it that way. But at least if he picked up anything about it, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I just find it funny when once they start talking Tagalog, it's like really formal.
Oh. Yeah, I know someone like
Because
that.
that's how you should teach Tagalog, right?
Yeah. They don't know us, like we know the formal English,
Yes.
and but once we start talking about like slangs and
Yeah.
like what we talked about in our past
Yeah.
episode, like
Like
we don't know those
jargon.
idioms, those
Yeah.
jargons,
Yeah.
those.
And then if you start talking formal, everybody's gonna say,
Yeah.
"Why do you talk like that?" It's pretty much the same
Because that's how
when
they taught, right?
yeah, it's pretty much the same with younger Filipinos or like basically Filipinos who grew up here trying to learn Tagalog and then they're gonna speak like that. I mean, it's just funny, but it's nice that you're trying to learn that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So everyone out there like listening, teach them or learn if you don't know how to speak Tagalog. Because right now, even other ethnicity like the puti, the blacks, the everyone,
Yeah.
like they want to learn how to speak like Tagalog, especially here in
Why though?
Winnipeg,
Oh, just because
because
they
there's so
have.
many Filipinos here.
Oh, okay. I
Like they
thought
know, yeah, they know a few words like because every
like the
time you
basic
meet,
phrases.
yeah, every
Yeah.
time you meet someone, right, they try to speak these simple words because they
Yeah.
want to connect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were talking about in general where there's
Oh,
a
not, well, not in general.
because it's for me it's disingenuous. Well, at least for people here in Manitoba, they'd want to connect because there's
There's a
like
big
a
number
big
of
community
Filipinos.
of Filipinos here. But if you're talking about in general, I just have this I just have this skepticism where they're being disingenuous even if they're not. I
Mm,
hope they're not.
yeah,
Cause,
I've never think that way.
cause what are they gonna do with it? Use it for
Yeah,
content,
probably. I don't know. I don't know.
right?
Yeah, other
So
places, if there's not a big community of Filipinos,
yes.
yeah, I don't know
Or
what's
unless
the
they're
point.
trying to date a Filipina.
Yeah, maybe guys.
Yep. Or maybe try to get into 90 Day Fiance. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, well, going about like going back on learning things, like finding out what you want.
Yeah.
I know it's hard. Like me personally, like I grew up until now, I don't even know what I really want, like what my passion is.
Mm,
I'm still trying to find that.
yeah.
And I kind of thank my parents, especially my mom,
Yeah.
because they they kind of tell you stuff that you need to be doing, which can help too.
Yeah.
Because like if you're lost, right? If there's no one guiding you, I think that's when parenthood comes in. And
Mhm.
when they, even though it's not what I want and it's what they want, instead of me doing anything else, like I have something to, like, okay, I'm gonna do what my mom wants. I'm gonna make her proud.
You got
And
a
then for
blueprint?
now, I have something to do. Like
Mm,
I'm that kind
okay.
of person.
Yeah.
So for other people, like my like OCP,
Yeah.
like he's the type of person that what he wants, he's gonna do it. He's
Mhm.
hard headed like that. That's why
Okay.
he didn't take nursing. Because me and my brother we did nursing, right? He
Mm,
knows what he wants. He's hard headed. He
okay.
has conviction.
Yes.
And then going back to that guy, that video that you sent me.
Yeah, yeah, okay. For context, I saw a short video of this younger Filipino
Oh, is he
who
Filipino? Oh yeah, he's Filipino.
great grew up in North America. I'm not sure if it's Canada or whatever. But yeah, a westernized country. Immigrated. So he's saying that there's a bunch of Philippine I
Yeah,
might
Filipino
be
parents.
getting it wrong, but there's a bunch of Filipino kids who never tried to learn Tagalog or any other of
Any
their
yeah.
dialects because their parents condition them to just learn English at home because of the reasons that um there's not prestige, but the colonial mentality for Filipinos. They want their kids to just assimilate.
I don't know, cause like whatever happens, you're still gonna be going back to being a Filipino. Cause that's the only thing that's gonna separate you from everyone else. Cause like you can't really get rid of if you're even if you're born here, you're still gonna be Filipino. Even if your passport will say you're Canadian, you still look Filipino. Doesn't matter. People are still gonna tell you, "Are you Filipino?" That's the first thing they're gonna ask you. Are you
Yeah.
Filipino? They're not gonna tell you. Are you
No,
Canadian?
Cambodian. Anyways, yeah, cause like before, I used to think that I'm okay if my kid. This was before my kid was born. I'm okay if my kid doesn't retrace his roots. I'm okay. But now I'm kinda turning back on that thinking of mine.
Okay,
That
why? Like, first of all, like, why do you want your kid not to?
not I don't want him to not to.
Okay.
I'm just okay if he doesn't.
Oh, okay. You just it doesn't matter.
Yeah, cause it doesn't matter if I force him or like teach him or whatever.
It's
It's
whatever
gonna
he
be
wants.
yeah, it's gonna be nature versus nurture
Yeah.
anyways, right? And I feel like I'm just gonna be implanting something on his brain that's not gonna be beneficial to him when he grows up. I might be wrong though, because it might be beneficial for him down down the road.
We just don't know.
Yeah,
No one knows.
like I flip flop like, oh, I want him to learn Tagalog. I want him to learn Filipino history. I want him to like know the nuances of our hometown.
Yeah.
But then what's it gonna be to him? He's gonna have his own experiences. This is gonna be his hometown.
Yeah, this is gonna be his home for sure.
Yeah. He's gonna have
That's
his
gonna
own
be like
group of
Philippines gonna
friends.
be a vacation
Yeah.
place.
Where so I'm flip flopping. Like me implanting this into his head, is it gonna matter? Like what's
Yeah.
gonna matter with him is my relationship with him, not my relationship with him as a Filipino dad.
Yeah.
M-
So it's like you, your son, and then your Filipino culture like holding you together. No.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I don't
gonna
think
be
I don't think our
yeah.
culture's gonna be holding
Yeah,
the two
thank
of you.
yeah. I'm gonna be dad, not Filipino
Yeah,
dad,
not Filipino dad.
right? So
And I think it's gonna be whatever happens. I think it the like whatever gonna be happen at home. I think it's just gonna flow beautifully and smoothly.
yeah.
Whatever you're gonna be, because whatever you're gonna be watching at home, whatever you're gonna be
That's
consuming
the
at home,
that's the thing.
that's what he's gonna be learning. If you're gonna be watching a lot of Filipino noontime shows,
Yeah.
but you're not, I don't think
Yeah.
you're gonna be doing that. But your wife, I don't
Yeah.
know. So whatever you guys are gonna be
K-dramas.
consuming, if you guys are gonna be talking in
Yeah.
Tagalog at home, I think he's gonna learn or pick up the language. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter, because I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be. If you talk to him in Tagalog, he's gonna talk back in English,
Yes.
unless you force him to.
That's what's been happening, of course, with you too, with your nephews, right?
Yeah.
With your nephews and niece. You're gonna be talking to them in Tagalog. If they understand it, they're still gonna respond to you in English, right? Because you know how, because our region, our hometown is Southern Tagalog. Like for us, we take pride in um, Tagalog is m- it's not the main one, but it's like the widely used dialect in the Philippines. And then we kind of take pride in it because we're from the Southern Tagalog region. And like everything that we know is gonna be mostly known in other areas that speak Tagalog
Yeah.
too, right? So we speak deeper Tagalog though
And,
compared
and then,
to
then other,
compared to like my wife who's a city girl,
she's probably speaks more Taglish.
pretty much. And then I know we know deeper Tagalog, and then I just make fun of her that way instead of Like it's a reverse when they, when people from the countryside talk and then they're gonna make fun of the how they talk.
Yeah.
I just do it in reverse.
Oh,
I just get ahead of it. Like, you only know
the
this.
simple ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before, when we were still living in the Philippines,
Yeah.
like we're talking about, we take pride in speaking Tagalog,
Yeah.
and we make fun of other people that speaks other dialect, right?
Yes.
Especially the vendors, and I don't want
Yeah.
to say anything
We're so
more
bad with it. We're
negatively,
so
but
bad with it.
yeah, we're
Like
so bad.
up to now,
You know what?
it's
Me, I'm the different. I flip now.
yeah.
Because before, like when I'm still in the Philippines, I feel like I'm more superior than them. But now I'm here in Canada, and Tagalog is not just the only dialect here.
Yeah.
Like just talking about the Filipino community, I wish I learned how to speak other dialects. I wish I learned how to speak in Bisaya, which maybe
Mm,
because I'm thinking this way so that I can connect to them. I can network
okay.
to them professionally,
Okay.
socially,
Di atay.
right? But it's just nice because right now I think speaking in Tagalog we don't have that. It's not We're not that superior anymore, or we've never been superior. We just live in
Yeah,
that
that's what
place
we just thought of people who lived in the other regions to be
like
like
second class
not maybe or like country bumpkins, like how city people think of us. That's
yeah,
what we thought of
of
them.
them.
Yes, it's just a chain of discrimination,
But yeah,
pretty
I'm at the
much.
point that I wish I learned how to speak other
Giatay.
dialects. Kiatay.
Yeah, like one of our colleagues, she heard me talking about Bisaya English.
Yeah.
Here's the story. I was talking about somebody who was Bisaya, and I just said, "Oh, just when she speaks English, you'd know she's Bisaya."
Yeah.
Now, one of our colleagues, she thought that I was bad mouthing her, but all I meant was not her. I
Yeah.
mean the
In
the
general.
celebrity. What I meant was Bisaya, people from the Visayas region or the Visayan people, they know better English
Than us.
than us
Yeah.
because it's
And Spanish too.
that's more
Eh,
Chavacano.
Chabacan. Oh,
Anyways,
okay.
so all I meant was they have a distinct way of speaking English. She thought that I was mocking the way they speak English. Because you'd know. They have a different intonation.
Yeah, the accent.
Yes. Not just accent even. Just they have a different intonation. That's how they know. But she thought that I was like mocking Bisaya English.
Mm,
Because you'd know if you
yeah.
hear it. You'd know somebody who's speaking English from Manila and you know somebody who's speaking English from the Bisaya region. But that's like where everybody was conditioned that if you speak about Bisaya, you'll be mocking them.
Yeah. Even how you dress up, right? Like that's
Oh
our
yeah.
way of saying that you're
Yeah.
a bad dresser. This
The
shows that Filipinos are not just racist to other race. We're racist among everyone, even our own
yeah.
people.
Yeah. We've
That's
been
funny.
I think that's one big reason why we never really succeeded in liberating ourselves. Besides the country being really young,
Yeah.
the republic being really young, it's separated by islands
Yeah.
where they never really got united. I think that's one big
Yeah.
reason.
There's so many divisions.
Yes. 7,000?
Language,
Yeah.
culture,
Yeah.
what else? Language, culture, the islands.
Yeah.
That's a big
The
part.
the geographic
Yeah, the
locations.
geographic location.
Kapampangan's the best cooks.
Is it Kapampangan or the Ilocano? The Ilocanos.
I heard there's more like highly
Or
regarded
Ilonggo. Or the Ilonggo. Like where did they came from? Ilo?
I
No,
think
no, yeah,
so.
Ilonggo, I think Ilocano. Yeah, Ilocano or Pampanga are the
No,
great
no,
cooks.
no. I
Can't
think
remember.
Ilocanos are the best cooks, but
For
the best
spicy,
dishes are from Pampanga.
Pampanga.
I think. I think. I might be wrong though.
Yeah.
Like that. Like that. Do I want my kid to be knowing about the nuances of like each region of the Philippines? Like say us. They look at us at as like we're like the Florida of the Philippines.
Yeah.
Where it gets batshit crazy. So yeah, it's like is he
Or
gonna
Chicago. I think it's more Chicago. For
n-
the ghetto. Oh no, like Chicago is like Tondo,
I
probably.
think
No,
so.
but
No,
that
because
yeah, that's just a
no,
city.
because Chicago has a posh area at least.
Mm. Well, Florida
Whereas
is all guns, right?
in the batshit crazy people too.
I don't think so. But anyways, you know what? Like it's nice to cause I find that older Filipinos, they like to talk shit about other like islands,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's this stereotypes that
Yeah.
Ilocanos are this,
Or
Papampangan are
stingy.
this,
Yeah.
and then do you want to really teach that to your kid?
Like what's
Like,
gonna be the
yeah,
use of it to
what's the
him?
benefit?
Yeah.
Is there a benefit?
Maybe um if he gets to interact with people so he'd understand better. I guess
Yeah.
that's one reason for
But
him.
when they get to that age that they're older, is this, for example, like yeah, which one's the cheap one? Is it the okay? No offense. Okay, no
Not cheap,
offense.
stingy. Stingy.
Stingy. Okay,
Stingy.
stingy.
Not cheap.
Penny pinchers.
Yes. Because cheap has a different connotation in the Philippines. Like here if you say cheap, that's stingy pretty much.
Okay,
But if you say cheap
like
in the Philippines, like it's low
closed hands
class.
with financial.
Yes.
Okay, let's say I'm not gonna say any.
Stingy.
So there's some groups that are saying that they're stingy.
Yeah.
So once we get to that, like once your kid gets to that
Yeah.
age and they're from like their parents are from this island,
Yeah.
are they still gonna have that property, that quality?
Maybe if he gets to like date a Filipina, so
Because
he,
that's what's gonna
so
happen,
he'd
right?
understand
That's
his
what's
in-laws.
yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And you, no, it's
Yeah.
actually gonna be you that's
Yeah.
gonna be saying to your wife, "Oh, tangin na, ano yan eh?
Oh, that's because he's
Yeah,
from there. He's
she's
from there.
she's from that island. Like I
Yeah.
don't know if they're gonna
He's
be a
from
good
that
match."
area. Yeah.
And then without even knowing that person, that girl,
Good thing though, my wife, she's from Manila. She's kind of oblivious to that stuff. It's just gonna be me.
oh,
So as
well,
long
if
as I
you're
hold back,
okay,
like
but I'm pretty sure your wife's yeah, your wife has friends that's
yeah,
gonna say the same shit. Well, no, your son's girlfriend is ano yun eh? Like
yeah,
so someone else, friends or maybe your in-laws or
maybe, yeah.
well, is that really a good way
It's
to is that really something that you're gonna share to your kid?
like it's gonna be my kid's guideline. Oh,
Well,
hey,
it's gonna be our guideline.
hey kiddo, only look for Southern
Yeah.
Tagalogs.
Should be Caviteño or Batangueño
Yeah.
only.
Yep.
But we will see. Because, like,
Yeah.
everything's changing, right?
Like every time I get into these talks with my wife too, she's just gonna tell me, "Don't get into it yet. He's still too young. He's like 6 months right now. He's just starting to move solid."
Even my wife is saying sometimes, well, good to your Caviteño. Because if you're this, like,
Nah,
we're
she
probably not going to end up
can
together.
help it. Hey, she can help it.
Because,
She's
like,
some. She's
cause,
like
like my father-in-law, like, he has bad blood against some groups.
okay. Yeah.
Like whenever we meet some people that are from these groups, like, oh, like no,
And I'd say that
and that explains a lot. Like he's gonna tell me, oh, that's why I knew it. I knew it.
but
He's
but I'd say that experience, that experience that um resulted into him having like grudges in with that group. Did that happen here?
back home.
Back home, okay. But they
And
were
now,
from the city though, right?
well, he gets to meet a lot of people, right? That's what's happening in the Philippines. Like, even if you stay in one city, you're gonna meet someone, especially in Manila, right? They're close to Divisoria, so
Okay,
there's a
okay.
lot of
Yeah,
different um groups that are in there.
yeah,
And now, like, sad to say, sometimes I operate this way too,
yeah.
cause like,
It's baked in.
yeah,
It's baked in.
he's like slowly manipulating my brain, like thinking that like putting my defense walls now,
Yeah.
and then like being a paranoid, like, oh, is this person gonna be doing this shit, and are they gonna
Uh,
be acting like this towards me? Is this gonna be is should I continue this friendship?
it's like they do something bad, you're gonna attribute it
Yeah, to their
to their
roots.
roots. But if they
Like,
do
even if they
something
don't,
nice,
yeah,
you won't be attributing it
yeah,
to
no,
their
no, like,
roots.
oh,
Yeah.
they're you won't even remember them doing anything good.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like us, we're from Cavite,
We have a
we're
bad rep too.
we're labeled as
Like
rowdy.
crystal meth users.
Yeah. Meth users, meth pushers.
Like crazy, like
Yeah.
trigger happy
Yeah,
people.
pretty much like the Florida
Yeah,
of the
killers,
Philippines. Yep.
hitmans,
Yep.
which is in a good way. In a good way,
We'll
it's
stand up for ourselves.
yeah, in a good,
Yeah.
no, like if they, you know what, it happens to me a lot. Like when because I have a lot of friends from Manila, right?
Yeah.
And then when they start introducing me, they're gonna say, "Oh, he's from Cavite," and then they're gonna say, "Oh,
They
it's
have
good,"
this they
and
have
they
this
have this like,
fascination.
yeah, and they have this thought that, oh, I'm not gonna start shit with this guy.
Yeah, Cavite's got a bit of a street cred.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a good, yeah. So now, like, we can't mess up with this guy.
Yeah.
Even if I'm the only Caviteño here,
Yeah.
and they're gonna see Alvin. Fuck, you're ruining it for the Caviteños, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways.
Okay, well, okay. Looking back, like, no, I mean going back to that video, cause
Yeah.
like I was actually reflecting on it,
Yeah.
and I have a feeling it makes more sense in the Philippines, because if you start to teach your kids Western culture, like English, trying to react and interact this way,
Yeah.
it's more beneficial, because that's another way, especially in the future, for professional growth,
Mhm.
to go up in the social ladder,
Yeah.
to just become a better, like, more privileges, right? If you know how to yeah, just speaking English, like, that's how you can have a better life in the
Yeah.
Philippines.
But that's the thing. Like, I get what you mean that it's more applicable to Filipinos who are still in the motherland, but we're pretty much westernized already. Like people from the city, as just as we said earlier, they pretty much look down on people from the rural regions. Like the culture that Filipinos pretty much keep is like hospitality.
Are
Um
like good qualities?
good no,
We're
like
talking about good qualities.
if you ask people what's Filipino culture, that's always
Yeah,
gonna
we're
be like
known for being hospitable.
hospitable, stuff like that. But then it's prevalent in island
Or rural.
with island people, which we are part of
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah, I
we're
guess if
pretty much
you're in,
island people, right? So
you know what? I think we're more I'm talking about the one in the capital, Manila, because I think they're not as hospitable, because there's they find threats. They find that it might be dangerous business, like being hospitable to other people, because they might get taken advantage
who?
of. The one in Manila, because it gets crazy there, right? There's so many
Ah,
crimes, like
okay,
in
yeah,
everywhere, right? In the
yeah,
world, capitals, like that. Yeah, imagine that's like downtown,
yeah,
and it gets
yeah. Like
crazy
the
there.
center,
The
like oh, it's
center.
always the center.
That's why you
Which
gotta put your your
your
defense, and you
guards up,
can't just
yeah,
let everyone in. Unlike
yeah,
in the rural,
yeah.
you can just let anyone in if they ask for
You
help.
can ease up a
Yeah, you
bit,
can ease
yeah,
up. Okay, like
yeah,
like in their fiesta, in their feast, like you can let
Yeah.
anyone in, even if you don't know them. You're gonna invite them. You're gonna feed them.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Manila, if you do that, they might have bad intentions.
Yeah.
But being hospitable, I think in general, or even long time ago, I think we're just built in like that. I think that's from the Spanish,
It's
because
just that
Mexicans are like that too.
we've been colonized a bunch of times. That what's Filipino culture really? Like having like if you ask people that's moved already, what are they gonna say? Hardworking? It's always those
Yeah.
are always the first ones that you'll
Foot
hear.
soldiers.
Yeah,
Filipinos are foot
hardworking,
soldiers.
hospitable, um, always resilient.
Yeah.
That's always
Egg
what you're
rolls.
going to hear. Like any problems they'll face with smiles.
Yeah.
That's all you that's
Happy
or
people.
you're that's all that you're going to hear. But I don't find it really exclusive to Filipinos. It's like everything that we can be proud of gets exploited. If we're resilient, everybody's just like
Not everyone's resilient. Not all Filipinos I know.
mostly most.
Do you think that's just the pressure from other people because we're Filipinos, and we, like for example, in a workplace?
We don't have me saying we're resilient. We don't have I don't give a fuck energy. They'll say it, but then they'll still do what they're asked to do. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna say, "Fuck this. I don't
But
want
they're
to
still
do
gonna
it,"
do it
but they're still going to do it.
after complaining.
Yes.
But do they really complain to the
They
supervisor?
don't complain formally.
Yeah.
They just speak out. That's what I mean.
Like, and then for example, for being hard, yeah, being a hard worker,
Yeah.
because I think that's what I find in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
You'll see sometimes a Filipino that's not a hard worker, but I don't know, like me. I think I'm leaning towards a smart worker than a hard worker. But
Mm,
sometimes you get that pressure from other Filipinos because,
yeah.
oh, like everyone's just working hard, and me like, oh, I don't really want to work hard right now.
That's how
I
I
just want to
feel.
do my shit. I just want to be like doing my own thing, and
Yeah.
that's your job.
Yeah.
Like that's not my job. For example, like that's a
Ah.
healthcare aid job, and
Yeah.
me, if I don't help you, if I don't do this,
You're gonna get a
I'm
bad
gonna
rep.
be lazy. I'm gonna be labeled
Yeah.
as lazy. But that's not my job.
And that's
You're not gonna be doing my job if I help you.
and for Filipinos that's more of a white people thing. So
Yeah,
you're
what do you mean? Yeah,
like
sorry.
knowing your boundaries,
Yeah.
not going above what you're supposed to do. I mean, in a in an employer's in an employee's perspective, it's nice that you
Yeah.
go beyond your what you're asked for. But in an employee's perspective, you can think of it as you're getting exploited,
Yeah.
right?
That's right. And that's why they're not giving us more staff,
Yes.
because
And that's
they
mostly a
don't need
white
it, because
people thing. Yeah, because
they
the
don't need it,
yes.
because we're getting by.
Yeah.
Because I keep on telling them, okay, sign this form, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and then but yeah, once in a while you're gonna hear other people, oh, that person's lazy. But
Yeah.
so I try to stay in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't exploit myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to work too hard, but I work.
Mm.
I work when it's,
Within the
yeah,
boundaries
within the
of your
boundaries.
job description.
If I feel like I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be helping me all the time, it's a give and take. But
Yeah.
sometimes I hate it because like you guys are pressuring me. Even though I don't want to get up because I'm busy with my stuff, I
Yeah.
have to get up, and then because this other person is doing this, you're expecting me to do it too.
I put that unnecessary pressure
Yeah.
on myself too at my workplace right now. I feel like I'm representing every Filipino.
I know.
I feel like but they
You're
like
representing the
the people that I'm working with, they don't really look at me as this Filipino.
Oh.
they look at me as the warehouse guy. That's how
Oh,
they look
okay.
at me. But then, like for me, I need to perform good because I feel like I'm representing
The
my
whole country.
whole. So I feel like if I do something wrong, it's they're gonna attribute it to me being
Yeah.
Filipino. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, but
but
don't
that's
g-
just
yeah,
me.
yeah, but don't get me wrong. If I'm working in a shift that everyone's doing their job, if I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, if everyone's Filipino in this shit, in this shift,
Yeah.
fuck, it's gonna be done. It's gonna be a
Uh,
relaxed shift. Doesn't matter how crazy our patient's gonna be. Fuck, it's gonna get done.
mm,
So I guess that's my main concern is if all of us are doing our work, I'm okay
yeah.
with that. But it's just the pressure sometimes because I'm not the only person working in this shift,
Yeah.
and they want me to do everything.
As long as somebody compensates. If you're
Yeah,
gonna ask for help, make sure that you also like put your hand out for help too.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I do a swerve right away in case my coworkers.
Worst out. You worst out.
No, but it's true. They
It's
know
true, yeah.
they know.
They know
It
that you're
depends
gonna
on the
help.
situation. It depends on
Depends on
what's
your
going on.
mood too.
Yeah, depends on my mood. Fuck,
Yeah.
if I'm hangover, fuck, I don't want to do any shit.
Even your own?
What do you mean?
Even your own shit? You don't wanna
No, I
do
don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I do ways to let other people do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, anyways. So yeah. I mean, I guess it's just one of those problems that you have to face when you
Yeah.
immigrate,
Oh, okay.
right? It's you're there's a balance of keeping your identity but at the same time assimilating. I mean, it's pretty lucky that there's a big community here of us here in Canada where you wanna retrace your roots, get closer with your
Yeah,
community, but then when mostly needed, you assimilate, right?
that's right.
You can like refresh, go back, like air quotes, go back to your home country without having to go book a flight,
Yeah,
right? Well, I
and
guess,
like just a piece of advice to everyone that
yeah,
just gets here in Canada, especially if you're in the workforce. Okay, work at your own pace. Don't
yeah,
let other people dictate to you your capacity.
yeah.
Fuck it. If they wanna talk shit about you, let them. Just do your work.
Unless it's your supervisor, though, right?
Well,
If you're like moving at your own pace and then you got a standard pace that you need to
yeah.
follow, and then it's your supervisor calling you out, I guess you should listen, though.
Well, a lot of people will talk to you first,
If like
especially
you're
your
holding back
yeah. If
the
you're
whole
holding back,
line,
well, you know it. You know if you're lazy. If you're
yeah,
a bum, you know it. Let's not get into that. If you
yeah.
think you're doing the right work at the right time,
Yes, that.
right?
But if your own pace is like holding back
Yeah. Well, that's
the whole
different.
line,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's different. You know it. Like people will start talking shit about you.
Remember, you're representing a whole country.
Yeah. Here in Canada, us Filipinos, we have a good reputation for being a good hard worker, right?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
make sure don't let other people exploit you. Don't let them take advantage of you.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if they're from a different country or if they're your own brethren.
It's always gonna be your own brother, anyways.
So just be
Anyways,
careful.
yep. Be careful of everybody. Be skeptic
Yeah.
of everybody. White, brown, black. Be skeptic.
Even if they're your family member, you never know.
Yep. Anyway, so let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Again, have the crew gone. Episode 15. Yeah, I got Edmund here.
You got me, 2X.
We hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, hopefully just the two of us
Yeah.
make up for the loss of the other two.
We got pretty deep. This
Yeah.
episode was pretty deep. Well, sometimes deep talks like this is kind of needed. But yeah, I hope you stuck with us for more than an hour. And I hope you guys tune in again to our past episodes and tune in again on our future episodes.
Like,
Yep.
share, subscribe, follow,
Yep.
search us,
Twice a D
podcast
on all major platforms where we should be there. Yep. So that's it for another episode of
of
the
Twice the
Twice a
D
D podcast.
podcast.
Thank you for listening.
Woo!